Town meeting has always been an important part of Reading's history. As town meeting members move into a new facility at the high school, Alan Foulds has researched the many sites of previous town meetings.
About once a generation, sometimes a little longer, sometimes shorter, Reading has moved the location of its town meeting. The new high school auditorium will make 14 sites where we have met to make decisions both large and small for the town. To understand the full journey, you must realize that the boundaries we know as Reading were once quite different. In the mid-1600s, the town encompassed today's Reading, North Reading, and Wakefield, so 6 of the town meeting venues are no longer within the confines of our community. Annual town meetings, as we know them, began in 1647. The first session was opened at the original meeting house, located near the corner of today's Main and Albion Streets in downtown Wakefield. There would be 2 more meeting houses in Wakefield, replacing the first, one built in 1689 and the next in 1768. The second and third were on the shores of Lake Quannapowitt. In 1713, a change took place. The northern part of town, roughly what is today North Reading, became the north or second parish of Reading. A requirement for parish status was the construction of a meeting house. Legend has it that a portion of a private home on Central Street is the last existing piece of that structure. With 2 meeting houses in town, one in today's Wakefield, the other in what is now North Reading, town meetings alternated between them. As with Wakefield, 2 more meeting houses were built in the north part of town. The second later became a barn on the Jeffries estate and survived late into the 20th century. The third still exists today in North Reading Center. In 1769, we finally arrive in what we know as Reading today. This area became the 3rd parish and the meeting house was built on the common. Town meetings began to rotate between all 3 parishes. The local meeting house was used for that purpose until 1857. Along the way, it was moved from its original site to Union Street, where it became known as Union Hall. In later years, it was again moved, this time to the foot of Haven Street, where it was expanded and used for commercial purposes, known as Black's Block. After a fire, it was replaced by a new structure, also known as Black's Block. A small piece of the newer building survives today. In 1812, the shape of the town changed. The first parish split away and became the separate town of South Reading and later renamed Wakefield. This left the 2nd and 3rd parishes as Reading. Town meetings alternated between the 2 remaining meeting houses. In 1853, the 2nd parish became the separate town of North Reading, leaving Reading as we know it today. Town meetings were moved to Lyceum Hall, venue number 8 in 1857. It was located at the junctions of Main, Haven, and Ash Streets. From 1918 to 1948, town meetings were held in Security Hall, inside the Oddfellows Hall on Woburn Street, marking location number 9. Number 10, for 1 year only, was the Highland School. The auditorium in the school is now the children's room at the public library. Shepherdson Hall in Parker Junior High was used from 1949 through 1953. Although most of the school has been rebuilt as Parker Middle School, the auditorium portion remains and is still occasionally used as an alternate site for the meetings. With a new high school opening in 1954, town meetings were moved there and for the most part have been held in its auditorium ever since. The high school is site number 12. There is actually one more town meeting venue, but it was used only once and for a special occasion. In the fall of 2004, the town helped celebrate the opening of the Jordan's Furniture Home Depot complex. The store's state-of-the-art IMAX theater hosted the opening session of that season's town meeting.